Ate, anong trabaho mo sa Australia?
Magkano sahod mo?
Malaki bang sahod dyan sa Australia kahit hindi ka nurse?
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Have you ever wondered how much is the salary here in Australia? In today's video, I'm going to reveal all the jobs I've had since I came here in Australia and how much they paid me. Sounds interesting? Let's start! For those who are new to my channel and, well, don't know too much about me, before I came here in Sydney, Australia, I was already a registered nurse back home in Philippines. However, my registration in Philippines wasn't recognized here, so I needed to study again for my registration to be recognized here. Paulit-ulit. Anyway, if you're planning to become a registered nurse here in Australia, I've made a video for you and you can link up here for you to have a guide on what pathway to take. Anyways, when I first came here in Australia, I didn't have any expectations at all. But I did not expect that it will be difficult for me to find a job that is related to my job in Philippines. I was lucky enough, after 3 weeks of job hunting, my auntie's sister-in-law that I met here in Sydney was able to help me find my first job, which is a fish vendor inside the shopping center. Yes po, fish vendor. But of course, I was so thankful. Kahit anong job papatulan. To think when I was still in Philippines, wala po akong alam about fish. Name ng fish or anong klaseng isda yan. I was clueless when I started. It was quite challenging for me, but I enjoyed it. Hindi naman ako pumunta dito sa Sydney para mag-inarte. I came here to grow as individual. I can still remember when I started in the fish market, I had 3 days training and I got paid $11 per hour. And after that probation period, it went up to $12 per hour. Was it worth it? Of course it was. Because I started from the bottom, I was able to appreciate even the smallest thing I earned from every jobs I've had before. And you know, when you know how to save money, kahit gaano man kaliit yung sahod mo, lalaki at lalaki din yan. You just need to be smart on how you spend your money. Second was a waitress in a Chinese restaurant and I got paid $11 per hour. I usually work here after I work from fish market. Around 3 to 5 hours. It depends on the customers on that night. Sometimes pa nga when I go there, amoy isda pa ako. But you know what? Just shrug it off. I'm here to learn and to grow, right? Anyways, this job wasn't that hard for me because growing up when I was still a kid in our province in Santa Maria, I usually help my lola in her carinderia or sari-sari store. I usually serve people, wash dishes, and at the end of the day, she gives me money as a token and a food, of course. I can still remember growing up. My childhood dream is to work in Jollibee. Ewan ko ba, I really look up to them and like, I imagine myself saying,
Good morning, ma'am. Good morning, sir. Welcome to Jollibee. How can I help you?
diba? That was my childhood dream. Anyways, working as a waitress in a Chinese restaurant was quite a challenging too. Kasi I was new here in Sydney at that time and I can't really understand their accent sometimes, and sometimes they speak really fast. There was a time every time the phone rings, my heart rate goes really quick. I'm scared to pick up the phone and get order from the customers kasi nga hindi ko sila maintindihan minsan. and especially sa address because I need to spell it right so that they will be able to deliver it in the right address. One time pa nga, I was talking to this lady. She was ordering a food from the restaurant, and of course as a starter I need to get the right address. So she was telling me the spelling of the address, and I kept on saying, "Can you say it again? I beg your pardon," things like that. And I think she got pissed off and binaban ako ng phone. So I was really embarrassed, and I was a bit scared to tell my boss as well. So I told my boss, this is what happened. And lucky my boss was really patient and very understanding. So he rang up the lady, but of course she didn't pick up the phone, right? Oh my god, so I was so embarrassed. And there was a time a customer came and about to order a drink. So went there and asked what he wants, and he said,
can I have a light B, please?
and I was like,
Can you say it again?
and he was trying to pronounce it so that I will be able to understand it. But the more he pronounced it, he was trying to help me, the more I get like, what? So I said,
Sorry, I'll just go to my boss and ask if we have this kind of drink.
I
So,
went to my boss and copied the customer. I said, "Boss, do we have a light B?" And my boss just pick it up really quick, went to the fridge, took the light beer. And I'm like, oh, just a light beer. But what I've heard was,
Light B.
like, I said, oh, okay, light beer. And I just smiled. And many bloopers pa. My third job was a factory worker sa Colette Heyman na brand. I got paid $23 per hour for doing this job, for picking and packing bags and jewelries. We usually start 8 a.m. and finish at around 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Depende sa orders. This job is quite a physical job because you need to lift heavy boxes from the shelf and put it back to the shelf. And you need to be really quick because there's quite a few orders that you need to do in a couple of hours. But actually I did enjoy it. There were Filipinos that I worked with and it made the job better. Heaps better actually. Naging close ko na din sila that they became like my sisters and brothers. Kasi nga wala akong family here sa Sydney. And until now, we still get in touch to each other even though malayo na yung iba. My fourth job is finally related to nursing, and it was an assistant in nursing. I applied in one of the agencies in DY as an AAN. Even though I didn't have my certificate to apply or to work in aged care at that time, but they still considered my experience as an RN back home in Philippines. Working in an agency though is quite challenging kasi minsan they will send you to a different nursing homes and malalayo pa. And at that time, I wasn't driving yet. The good thing about working in an agency though, you get paid more. So my pay at that time was 25 point something dollars per hour as my base rate, and if I work PM shift, I get 12.5% of loading on top of my base rate, and if I do night shift, I get 15% loading on top of $25 point something. So it's kind of worth it too, right? I didn't last long though because I needed to travel 1 to 2 hours just to get to my job from where I live. And there was a time I did afternoon shift and finished at 11 o'clock at night, and of course needed to go home. And tada! My phone was flat, like the battery is empty. I was so worried because I can't call my roommate, and I can't get inside the unit because I don't have the key. I went to Macca's at 1 o'clock in the morning, freaking out because I was just all by myself walking in the dark street in a freezing weather just to borrow a charger and charge my phone. Lucky, the staff there was so nice and very understanding and lent me the charger. Fifth one was an assistant in nursing in a nursing home. Finally, this time was close to home. It's around 25 minutes walk or 8 minutes by bus. I was lucky I got hired in the same nursing home where I had my clinical placement for studying Cert 3 of aged care. I really did my best though when I had my clinical placement. Nagpakitang gilas talaga ako. Yes lang ako ng yes mga inuutos ng staff. Because I really wanted to work there. On the last day of my clinical placement, I handed my resume to the boss and asked her if I can work there while waiting for my certificate. She took it and she said she will think about it. Few days later, she saw me in the fish market selling fish, and she came and told me, come for an interview on this day. And I was so happy and felt really blessed. And yes, of course, I got hired and got paid $20 per hour as my base rate. I worked really hard to show them that I deserve the position. Working in the nursing home is fun, but can be tiring too. It involves physical strength as you will be on your feet for the whole 8-hour shift. But you know what? It is really rewarding to see them, that you make them happy by looking after them and even talking to them. I think I started to adopt Australian accent when I started working in the nursing home. Ganito kasi yan. Some of them can't really understand my Filipino accent. So, for them to understand me, I need to learn few slang Aussie words and copy the way they talk without
R.
I also did babysitting, pa-extra-extra lang. I got paid $30 to $40 to look after the kids for 3 to 4 hours when mom is away. I also work in H&M Factory and some other signature brand bags such as Kate Spade, Michael Kors, and many more through an agency as a picker and packer, and got paid $24.32 per hour. It was quite heavy, but it was fun. I always enjoy what I'm doing, and I think that's the secret on how to love your job. Just enjoy it and embrace it. I did home care as well in Double Bay. So far, that was the lightest job I've had, and I still got paid $24.60 per hour. So basically, I go to my client's house, stay there overnight, prepare her meals, iron some tea towels, watch TV with her most of the time, assist her in bed at night. So she usually goes to bed at 11 o'clock at night, prepare everything, make her comfortable, and after that she will just sleep all throughout the night. And sometimes she will press the buzzer around 3 or 2 o'clock, it depends. And while she's asleep, I can sleep too. That's part of the contract. So it's pretty good. Super chill lang, and I was enjoying it. And the client was so nice. She's really nice. I usually start at 5 o'clock in the afternoon and finish at 7 o'clock in the morning. And while I was still doing this job, I was working as assistant in nursing as a part-time employee in the nursing home too. But kinda full-time din kasi I was doing overtime most of the time. I got paid $22.68 per hour plus the loading if I work afternoon shift, night shift, weekend, or public holiday. So what I usually do, I'll work morning shift in the nursing home, drive home to get changed, and catch the bus, or if my husband is there, my husband will drop me off in the station. Take public transport from Penrith to Double Bay, which will take me 1 hour and a half to get there. And then after that, after I get home from home care, I sleep few hours, and then to afternoon shift and night shift. Afternoon shift or night shift. And that was my routine before I got my registration as a nurse here in Australia. Was it worth it? Yes, it definitely was. The total pay I receive every fortnight from doing those two jobs is like working as an RN too. But I was hustling a lot.
Like a lot.
I did double shifts most of the time. I even worked a month straight without a day off. Yes, I know, crazy, right? I did team leader role, working as a registered nurse, and got paid AIN. I did ACFI role, which is an admin role, while I was still an AIN. I did all of that without complaints or any regrets, because at the end of the day, I reaped what I sown. Sabi nga nila, pag may tiyaga, may nilaga. Right? It might sound that I work a little bit too much and compromise my social life because of my work life, but you know what? I got an RN job straight away after AFRA released my registration. On the same day, when AFRA released my registration, I had my interview and got employed as an RN in the nursing home where I work as an AIN. This is to remind everyone to never give up on your dreams. Dream big, work hard, and chase it up. Even it took me 5 years to finally achieve my dream and become a registered nurse here in Australia, it was all worth it. I did encounter few trials in between, but it never stopped me to keep on going, to the point that all my friends are already RN 2 to 3 years back. But I never felt that I was far behind them. I took it as an inspiration and told myself, one day I'll be like them too. And ta-da! I am now, happily working as a registered nurse in my dream job as a full-time employee, wearing my dream uniform. And you too can make it happen. God bless you all. That's all for today, guys. Hope you've enjoyed and learned something from this video. And if you want videos like these, comment down below and let me know. And hopefully I've motivated you and inspired you to never stop chasing your dream. And of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share to your friend for me to grow more in this channel. Thank you so much. Stay safe.